We're in the village of Fakenham Magna, and this is the Church of St. Peter's. There's a churchyard here on this side with no headstones at all by the look of it, but some big trees. One little headstone over there, so we'll go in and have a look. So we've got a little gravel path here and an avenue of trees. Lovely, aren't they? This is rather nice in here. And there's a beautiful headstone. It's the only one on its own, look. And all this sort of meadow type grass, and there's this one headstone. And then we walk down here and there's another headstone under the tree. But in front of us we've got the most important thing. We've got a wheelie bin. These trees have really grown up. Very sinister looking, actually. Here's the porch. We'll fight our way through this tall grass and come out to the side of the church here, and there are some old headstones here, all covered in ivy. And over there, look, we've got llamas. Isn't that beautiful? What a lovely scene. This is a very rural churchyard. So we'll come across here and have a look at the llamas first, because they're obviously of great interest. Idyllic scene. The Suffolk countryside. But back to matters of a holy nature. So we can see this church here that's had plenty of work done on it by the look of it, in terms of repointing and what have you, and possibly some additional windows or different windows. But there's hardly any headstones. From this position we get a much better view of the church, and it's got nice buttresses. It's a nice church, actually, well proportioned. It's a lovely church, actually. It looks rather forlorn though. We've got the avenue of trees that's sort of hiding the porch, and the churchyard's unusual because it's pretty wild, really. It's like just pasture land. Whether the llamas come in here, I don't know. And there's it's devoid of headstones in this area, just grass. Over here we have got some big cross here, and some here in rows that look as if some of them are actually more recent. The damaged one here by the look of it. Crosses slightly at all different angles. There's a brick and flint wall around the boundary of the church that's been largely overgrown, and certainly this church is in the middle of some degree of wild countryside. There's just not a lot about. There's some properties on that side over there, which is along the main road. It's in quite a exposed position here as well, and even today the wind is blowing quite strongly across the fields to the church. There's quite a lot of extra building work being done here. It's a nice little extension here at the side. That's really nice, with a sort of dormer window. That's really lovely. And this area here has got more headstones, I think. We'll have a look. Over in this corner we've got some ironwork, and when we look at it we see that there are steps going down. It looks a bit eerie. Where have we got? That goes down into some basement area. What's down there we don't know, and we're not allowed down there, I don't think. Flint work's lovely on this church. It's a real pebble dash effect on this extension part. It's not all that old, I guess. But there you can see on the main part of the church it's had a lot of work done on it. But it looks rather nice. It's here that look as if they're in the lee of the weather, so they're not as worn. We can read them, I think.
Emma, the beloved wife of Samuel Lilingstone, who died in April 1915, aged 62 years. Susanna, the beloved wife of Daniel Gould, who died January 1879, aged 60 years.
It's all coming away though, unfortunately, the rendering.
In loving memory of William Lilingstone, born February 1828, died June 1907, also of Anne Lilingstone, his wife.
And they're buried here on this churchyard, which is just right in the middle of Suffolk countryside. Lovely spot. It's a bit chilly here today for a June day, and it's a bit windy as well, but still a lovely day. The church looks lovely there with that red tiled roof and a little dormer window. It's really actually a lovely church. Let's have a look around the other side. So under the shade here of the one of many trees that there are here, many large trees, we find a doorway that's pebble dashed in, as it were, or flinted in, sealed up. It looks like a little window or something perhaps there that was got rid of, and maybe these windows, that window looks quite old, doesn't it? Very difficult to tell. And this tower here has had a lot of rendering on it, where it was once all flint, I guess, and now it's mostly rendered. Looks like it suffered from the weather over the years, but it's got that lovely checkerboard effect down here as a sort of dado at the bottom. And it's got a bench here that's seen better days, and a cross that's lying next to it. It's rather sad, forlorn looking scene. And there's a nice window, nice tall window there at the bottom of the tower, and a little side window, a little slit at the side. More windows up above in the belfry there. Back here to the porch, and look at that lovely flint. It's a lovely flint work, that is. I like that. Switch there, look at that. And then well, this church is locked, so we're not going to be able to have a look in here. What we'll do is we'll see if we can see anything through the windows. Looks a bit dark in there. Have a look down the other end. So we can see a bit more in there. Clear window the other side. And from the other side we get a view of the pews, and there's a screen to our left, and a window across there with some stained glass at the top. That's quite a nice little country church in there. This part of the church is a bit dark. It's difficult to see anything through this window. This is the Church of St. Peter in the village of Fakenham Magna. Actually, it would have been an interesting little country church to see. It's a strange setting because it's this beautiful avenue of trees, and they would be lovely on a hot sunny day, and quite a large extensive churchyard, which is a bit short on headstones at the moment. I don't know where they've all gone. But unfortunately the church is locked. It's another one of these Suffolk churches which are just not open to the public. Sad really.